So we're back. Um, actually, don't remember how much we have left, but I do remember that. No, I think we did cover that. Okay, so we did get to where I thought we did, which is the start of the optional classes. Fanged Deserter. You have anyway. Your parliament of teeth, enormous, protruding, thick and sharp, have always been your allies. Bite attack. DR10 to attack, D6 damage, you must be close, times 10 silver, and D2 omens. HP toughness is a D10. In your earliest memory, luckable, roll 3d6 plus 2 for strength. Not a bright spark, roll 3d6 minus 1 for agility and presence. Normal agility tests are DR14. Roll. Eat it or use it as toilet paper. You also begin with one of the following. One of your attacks deals maximum damage. Gutterborn Scum. Birth call. A Nilstar smiled upon your birth. Poverty, crime, and bad parenting didn't help either. In your community, an honest day's work was never an option. Not that you've 1d6 times 10 silver and D2 omens. HP toughness plus D6. Abilities, small. Roll 3d6 minus 2 for strength. D2 on the armor table. You also begin with one speciality. And for your starting ability, you get Excretal Stealth. You have an astounding, almost plus you. The first time a scum gets better. Other speciality is rolled. From the second time the scum gets better, it's possible to re-roll these two specialities, or just one. Silence. Perfection. Now the chaos of a fallen world disturbs your rituals, and the call of night grows blacker than your cavern's glow. Irritating. Of cavern. At the cliffs of Terion. And for your ability, you might get a Hawk as weapon. Your crafty, almost intelligent. Attacks, defense, DR10. Claws bite, D4, HP 8. Or maybe you got wretched royalty. Of your own lost glory, you could never submit to anyone else. Not you, of noble blood. Not that you expect any of these peons to understand the depth of your sorrow. Things were going so well until 3. King Fothmu IX's brother Zygmunt Sink lords. Once per day release a blare from this dented old trumpet and test presence DR12. One creature may make their next combat test an automatic success. And a 1. The blade quietly despises you. It taunts your failures, and if continually disappointed, develops a 1 in 6 chance to accidentally attack you or your companion. Or you might have gotten a heretical priest. Hunted by the two-headed basilisks of the one true faith, this heretic can be found raving in ruins, traipsing endlessly down a dusty road. B3. The Crypts of Grift. A hook of human bone inscribed with overlapping anti-prayers. This crook hooks through other worlds. Staff does 2d4 damage except to faithless humans. Or maybe begins with 2d6 times 10 silver and 2d10 almonds. HP toughness plus D protein. Roll 3d6 minus 2 strength. Roll d6 on the weapons table and d2 on the armor table. You carry a portable laboratory and continually search for frequently expand d4 doses. If unused, they lose vitality after 24 hours. Pass a d14 test or severe and arguably fun hallucinations for d4 hours. Black poison. Toughness dr14 or minus d6 HP and blinded for 1 hour. Maybe add 2, another azimiel vapor. Light must be snorted, causes sneezing. One, calm isolation in the Sarkesh dark, but may have also come from the old frozen ruins not far, moving into the bestiary. Seth, trapped in the prison of their crazed goblin flesh. Only their eyes reveal the truth. A ruined mind, watching its body prison, perform terrible deeds, even with twanging bows. You must find and kill the goblin before your mind is paralyzed. If the curse-carrying creature still lives, d6 days after the attack, you will warp irrevocably into one yourself. Then, that's interesting. I would have done like ear, since I think that would make more sense. So for like proof of kill is 7 silver. Captured alive, it's worth HP 7, morale 8, no armor. Poison knife, d4 plus special. Captured alive, worth 50 to 120 silver. Wanted serious crime, dead 20 to 70 silver. Wanted serious crime. Their ways are thickened scum, mothering countless abhorred miscreants. The PC with the highest presence makes a DR14 task at start of battle. Failure means a random party member is automatically hit with a cowardly backstab. Zukuma, Berserker, captured 55 silver, dead 20 silver. Blood per liter is 3 silver. Hardened skinned, minus D2. They're on you. As if from nowhere, a frenzied ambush in dusty hallways. And from behind, and it might be wielding a long flame. Rat. Wraith. Captured 120 silver. Skull is 7 morale. No armor. Touch D4 plus special. Swift. 1 for the duration of the fight. Bells. Blood-drenched skeleton. Skulks about, impossibly sunless. Piercing weapons are DR14. Any strike doing 5 or more damage destroys the skeleton completely. destroyed 7 silver. Lich, undead, weak, necromancer. HP 15, no morale, barrier to break free. No one can use powers near this anti-magical wound in reality. Every round they can steal the contents of a nearby scroll and use this power against the owner. 100 silver. Troll. Cowards, despite their size, usually retreat if badly healed is added to their maximum HP. Every time they return, add another d6 to their damage. Captured, 200 silver, corpse, 70 silver, horn, 25 silver. Every time it's returned. Since, if you'd think larger, the 5 silver blood per liter. That's interesting. Zombies aren't worth anything dead. Anyone bitten tests toughness, DR8, or dies within 2 days before rising as a zombie. The Wasteland, in particular, seeks this cure and knows the name and location of the forest which the mountain overlooks. Undead Doll, Lady Porcelain. HP 11. Relic thieves, defamers, and corrupt clerks suffer a punishment of exquisite and deeply impractical cruelty. Their children or grandchildren are enclosed in porcelain dolls. Many return as vengeful undead, often gathered in large throngs to hunt their tormentors. Their mad gaze demands Sphinx. Grotesque. Lurking round churches, stalking graveyards, creeping closer when you look away. Disturbingly still, difficult to discern against gray stone. Hard to recognize intact. 100 silver. Dead in pieces. 10 silver. A land. Sneaks up behind its victims, silent as the grave. From the insanely filthy knife, become infected. Special, can magically douse all nearby light sources. 200 silver captured, 100 silver corpse, 60 silver poison gland, 60 silver tail spike. DR14 to avoid 1 painful hour of paralysis. Outcasts. Followers. One part dog. Society sees them. Let's read, I guess, this might. Money might cross hands, but these weirdos don't cost silver, usually at the most critical moments. The GM makes a morale check from time to time, succeed and the outcast stays, and adds the group's highest presence to the roll. The GM should also consider whether or not the group. Earthbound. These freaks are roughly 3 parts human to 1 part dog. Society sees them as foul, diseased, and disloyal. For a carry of canine blood, isolation and contempt have made them self-reliant. 1. Excellent cooking. D for extra HP when resting. And it values. They are solitary by nature, but the wildest and vilest are cast even from that loose community. Wandering forests and rambling ruins. They take any time. It's careless. 4. Its speciality is backstab. Test DR8 with the D20 rolled by the GM. Depressing stories. Or you might pick up a pale one. As if fallen from the stars, the pale one fits in nowhere. This unwilling alienation makes them destructive and detached. D2 doses of a random decoction from the occult herb master's page, and it values wine. Low on resources, allies in basic decency, they seek retribution and coin. Trait is a traitor. So we do have a bit of left time, but it looks like an adventure. Well, I thought maybe doing a reading if I had leftover time, but I think this is just not enough to revisit on a future day. But a masked seer, a courtier of the Shadow King, offered you a chance at life. The king's one true heir, his son Alden, is missing. Without an heir, the Shadow King will believe Alden is imprisoned in an infamous underground locale, a place no free man would willingly go, a place called the Accused Den. You describe the accursed dell and tells you two truths. 5. An ancient man lives within a ruined room. Fear and avoid him. False. 3. So on the entrance, stale smell, lit oil lantern hangs from the ceiling. A small stream of water across faint violin music can be heard from behind both. South, flight of stairs leading outside. Eating the butterflies heals D6 HP. 2, dining hall. 28 chairs, set with mugs, plates, spoons, but no food or drink. A bearded man sits at the far end of the table, skin ashen gray, eyes dark, dressed in a dusty old cloak. It is impossible to door to the guard room. The guards audibly complain and move about. South, wooden door to the entrance. Everyone is seated at the table. The man comes to his senses and erupts with rumbling laughter. He tells stories of old for guard room. Rotten stench, hot, sad violin music from the staircase. The stench of death and gore, bodies everywhere. 10 mad prisoners, they only know the guards. Every now and then a prisoner is taken from the cells, never to be seen again. Weak and insane, they beg for help as strangled. 6. Corridor. Dark and cold, light at the end of the corridor, violin music. Seems like that's getting louder as we make our... And if you take or adjust a painting, the pit trap drops the PCs into room 10. The tunnel, the fall deals D6 damage. Pump room, of which I think this would be table A, which we rolled a 4, so you might have found a nesting death. Hound-sized spider that built a nest of bones in the ceiling. Rusty pump, muddy liquid, heals D4 HP. Hatch in the floor. Step ladder down to room 15. You can see the pillar with the skeletons. Another random encounter in room 8. A bazaar from a distorted dimension. Sagsabuth manifests an interdimensional trader. She sells violet poison, beechwood tube, a Foul pro on a 20 instead of a 1. Sagsabeth is shapeless and ethereal, her face a vortex of light. Cannot be harmed, but will not attack unless provoked. Explosion. Hook chains hang from the ceiling, bloody tracks on the floor leading to nowhere. 9. Gem room, illuminated with spectacular color. North, wrought black sludge. The northern wall collapsed into a large cavern, 60 feet deep, black feet tall pillar in the middle of the sludge. Atop 2 skeletons play the violin. Cave wall with gems. Beautiful green, pink, violet gems fixed into the wall. Then the gutworm attacks. Entry from the tunnel. If anyone fell into the pit trap in the corridor and enters here, the gutworm attacks immediately by Fletcher. If he dies, the gutworm sinks to the bottom, dead but dreaming. Wrought black sludge, oily black, reeks of sulfur, scorching hot. Test toughness DR8 or take 2D or take D. On a 1-2-2 on D6, the gutworm bites. D10 damage. Test agility when bit to avoid being devoured and dying. Down below in the tunnel, voices emanating from the ceiling sing a minor key. 11. Greenhouse. Time flowers grow rampantly. Behind the glass, dim moonlight is visible. Path to a small camp where Leslie is seated by a campfire reading. She offers food and rest. If they accept, Leslie introduces P. Soon the ground seems to sink and walls ripple like ocean waves. The hosts attack. Don't want to stay, the host draws their knives and chant Leslie, Lucy, Leslie, the chosen, the delightful. They attack and never retreat. Leslie is a passive observer and slinks away. Leslie, long dark hair, dressed in a gunny sack with armholes, nice but manipulative, is trying to turn the gutworm against Fletcher. She seeks the tunnels and caves deep beneath wrought black sludge, and the 3 hosts, young, dressed in rags, zealous. Statue room, stinks of sulfur, wrought black sludge, and violence. By King Leonard II. Obvious cavity where the eye would be. Investigation reveals bloodstains on the socket. The western wall collapsed into a large cavern, 60 feet deep, black mushy gunk. Sulfuric haze obscures the view, but one can almost see the forge, slaughterhouse, and gem room through the fume. Place an eye in the king's socket. The door to the sun's open with a loud crack. The note for wrought black sludge is the same as on the previous page. Human bones. He is pudgy and arrogant. Bookshelf with a large iron book, a mirror, and crossbow with 4 bolts. A bullet with runes hangs on the wall. Bowls with only seen the crooked guards, but he knows they are under Fletcher's command. Are there only 3 random encounters? Yeah. Black dogs with shaggy, oily fur. At bite, infection if toughness DR12 is failed. Here, but south. 15. Leave the final room. Forge, slaughterhouse, sooty, very hot, sulfuric haze from wrought black by 2 large hearths, used as smelters and ovens for preparing meals. Chunks of meat hang on ceiling cooks, largely human flesh, adult and children. South, wrought black sludge, the southern wall collapsed into a large cavern. Fletcher's story, As a child, Fletcher was led out into Zarkash and left to die. Desperate necromancers found the feral boy choosing on rabbit carcasses in a gloomy glade. This became his domain, ruled purely by his will. Once he used the heir Alden to pressure the Shadow King into getting rid of Leslie for good. Did we even hear about the Shadow King? Well, I guess that's one reason for him being unable to resolve the conflict. When Fletcher takes damage, big chunks of human flesh rain down and or help him in any way sinks. Sure. Or background for your character. Looks like for landmarks or dungeons. Well, guess third encounter of Morkborg. I did pick up left to encounter. So yeah, I'm looking. I'm not sure what we'll do. There might be no stream tomorrow. Other ones soon.